My bad. BATHxAVEZxLEGEND. I am the CEO of Madden Ghost. You Gon' Learn. And Sons of Maddenarchy. We're gonna talk about, the leagues and top players and shit right now. This is gonna be the first podcast, but I'm gonna do all 3 leagues. And we will start with my baby, Ghost, Madden Ghost.
You have too many players on your team. Choose which players you want to cut.
We're gonna go to the user teams, check out everybody in the league. We got Oren as the Eagles. He's been with me since last year. He just has to stop crying and bitching, and he'll be alright and just play his game. DK is pretty new, but I played him in other leagues, in other Maddens, and he's pretty solid. Rambo is new to the Madden scene. Not Madden scene, but CFM. My man Global Breeze, I've been playing with him for a couple years. He's my homie. Toro, my co-commish, just won the Super Bowl, Season 2. Congrats, homie. Hot Freya, I've been playing with him also in other Maddens. He's in my other league. He's also a solid player, makes the playoffs every year. The Scott Hall, founder of NWO, founder of the Trash Talk, bashing, raping people. All I could say is that this guy is a beast, and I'm gonna leave it at that, and he will prove it if he hasn't already. This drunken bastard is Super Bowl winner, cover 3 master. Everybody loves to hate him because he runs the same shit, and I just think he's too drunk. But he is beatable, and people have been beating him. I still owe him one because he took 2 Super Bowls from me. Drunk bastard. This man, he's been with me since last year. He's pretty solid. He's a good user. Doesn't complain. Plays his game. Goes about his business. KG, I've been playing this dude for years. His game has improved. He is another one of my admins, my co-commissioners. Pretty solid player. Very balanced. T1 7600. He's been with me since last year. He plays his games, goes about his business, doesn't complain. He has also improved into a very decent, good Madden player, and I'm glad to have him. That boy, right now, he's not in the league. He's on auto because his wife killed his PlayStation. I just had to say that, bro, just to make a joke. Get back fast, bro, because you're a good user, and I miss playing you in the division. Joe Cap, he's been with me since last year. Toro brought him in, plays his games. He's gotten better. I'm waiting for him to break through and make the playoffs, which might happen this year. My man Dom, calm your tits. I've beaten this motherfucker once in 3 years of Madden that I've been playing him. And I don't hate him. I hate losing to him. But he's also my nigga. Love you, brother. D. Dugar, we've been going at it for years. I remember that game, Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater last year, I think it was, or the year before. I had a perfect QB rating. I didn't throw one incomplete pass. My man was salty. Love the battles. Badass, Mr. Twan, Mr. Twat, Mr. Candy Lover, Mr. Play Action. He's gotten better. Just has to lay off using the same plays and shit, but he spams a lot of same plays, but he's a good user. He's gotten better, and I'm glad he's here. This dude, I've been playing with him for a couple of years in the money leagues. Very solid, knows how to build a team. And he will be in the playoffs, and he will give people a headache. Kickback 6. NFG, no fucks given. Wish this one was more active as last year. but you know, I guess personal problems do come before Madden, but hope he gets back fast. And this is me, you know about me. My nemesis, iFresh Keys. I'm gonna go on the record right now, I do not hate you. Because if I hated you, you would not be here. Win a fucking Super Bowl. Shorty, I found this dude on Facebook. And I'm not too sure about recruiting on Facebook, but he is a pretty solid user and future Super Bowl champion. And I'm glad to have him, and I hope he stays for a long time. Dark Knight, Mr. Quiet Assassin, former Super Bowl champ, gives everybody a headache, doesn't speak in chat, makes a couple of trades, drafts linebackers up the ass, turns them into beasts, and that's it, man. Young Waller. This dude's been with me from the beginning. At first he wasn't active. I almost booted him, but I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, but sometimes he makes me second guess it because he likes to spam wide receivers and bombs and all that shit and break rules. If he worried more about winning, he would be in the playoffs every year. This dude's pretty new. He was with me, I think, summer last year. But he's a pretty solid user. I'm glad he's here. He's getting better with every game. Pure Pathy. Been playing with him since last year. Love battling him. He's a good opponent, good comp. He's got those Rams beasting. He knows how to build a team. Doesn't speak much neither. He just plays his games and that's it. Smokes weed. This dude's pretty new, pretty solid user. I know him through Facebook, through a couple other leagues I was in. He just has to be a little bit more active himself. Along with this dude, he's also got to be more active. Got him through a band league I was in, through band. He's a pretty solid user. He's got those Jets balling. If he was more active this year, he made it to the playoffs last year. This dude is a headache. I played him last year. I think I beat him once. And he is just a headache, a very good user, legit. I'm glad he's here, and I hope he stays. Alright, we got Frankie Mack. Pretty new. Good user, got good defense. Needs to learn to switch his plays around differently a little bit more, but he's adjusting to the CFM, to this CFM, and my rules. So, and we got Mr. Krusty. Keys' his brother. He's new. Keys brought him in. He's a solid user. Got a nice passing game. Does ball out with San Francisco. Playoff contender. And he will beat Drunken Pastor. Killer Smiley. I know him. I'm in many groups with him. He won a Super Bowl in my other league. It's pretty solid. Big Lido, been playing with him for years. Good user. Always tells me that he hates playing me. But he's been beating me lately, so I think he's full of shit. Oh man, let's go to the standings. Let's see the standings. We got Pastor at 2-0. We got me at 3-0. We got Shorty 3-0. We got Keys at 2-1. Twan at 2-1. My bad. That's not Keys. That's Zach. That's Keys. That's Houston. Let's see if this works. This is just test one.